Hello, and thank you for watching Redbeard Shaves. Today I'm going to be doing a razor review, but before I get into that, I just wanted to take a moment and really thank you all for all the comments and feedback. The part that I enjoy the most through this YouTube journey or any social media journey is the interaction that I'm having with people. So I always appreciate the comments. I always try to reply back. I always appreciate the feedback. That shows me that people are interested and kind of keeps me driving forward that this is something I'm going to do. And that leads me up to the razor of today. This was actually recommended by a subscriber, asked if I had ever used it, asked my thoughts on it. I had not even ever heard of it. And it is the Defender Cartridge razor. It's a 3-blade cartridge. Comes with a little suction cup, hooks into the handle so you can put it on your shower stall or on your mirror. For me, it's hanging on my mirror, my shave den. Very nice rubbery feel to the handle. And the cart does do what carts do. They flex. I hadn't even heard of this. I mean, I haven't picked up a cartridge for 2.5 years now. Like many of us, started shaving, we're using a cartridge, wanted something a little more cost effective, which we'll go over that with this in a little while. When I started head shaving, I started with I think it was a Gillette Fusion. Tore up my head, something furious. I was going through cartridges every day to every other day because they would dull up so fast. And then I moved to the head blade, which ease of use was really nice. It glide, went across my head good, but whenever I went on my against the grain pass, it tore my skin. I'd get a lot of razor bumps, I'd get a lot of cuts. It just wasn't comfortable, a lot of tugging and pulling. For me, this is all based off of my opinion and my experience. So that's what got me into DE shaving. And I've never looked back, and quite literally, because I had never heard of this razor, which I will link their website below. You can't find them on Amazon, which I was a little surprised about. The handle was fairly inexpensive, I think $5.99, and I think for a 4-pack of cartridges, it's somewhere around $7.99. But I'll definitely drop that link in the description below. So what am I going to be using with this razor today? Well, I have been completely hooked on this scent, and that is Zingari Man, the Blacksmith, which is amber, leather, and spices. This was done exclusively for our wet shaving on Reddit. I was able to pick this up from Heather. She was gracious enough to send me her last tub, and I just absolutely love the smell of this soap. I don't know if you guys saw Glenn Helly of Glenn Shaves, or I call him the Godfather. You might know him as the Sea Monster, but he shaved with the Essentials yesterday, which Lothario is his favorite Zingari scent, favorite tobacco scent of all. And this Blacksmith is pretty high up there for my favorite scent that Heather's put out. I absolutely love it. I could use this in a bath soap. I could use this in an EDT, splash, balm, soap. It is just a wonderful scent. I really have been enjoying amber scents lately. I'm going to be, or I did whip it up, excuse me, with my turn and shave brush. Absolutely love the pour in this. Kind of reminded me of molten metal. And this has a 28mm tip knot in there. So enough yakking about the gear. Let me wet the head and let's get this review on, huh? Hope you guys are having a wonderful weekend. I'm working all weekend, and it's my birthday weekend. So I usually request it off of work, and I forgot for the 2nd year in a row. So we're having a Mexican food night for me tonight, potluck in the department. And somebody I hear is bringing in homemade tamales. So I'll definitely be looking forward to that. So a subscriber mentioned this razor and one other razor, which I do have in my little hands that I'm going to be testing out next. I wanted to give this razor, since I haven't used a cartridge razor for so long, I wanted to not do an initial impressions. I wanted to give it a good little test run, see how many shaves I could get out of each cartridge, and go on from there. Now, I will tell you that 99% of the time when I'm shaving with a DE razor, I will only use that blade once. So that's 8 to 12 cents that I use once. I don't try to stretch 2 or 3 shaves out of it. Some guys get 4 to 6 shaves out of their blades. I use them once. One of the only exceptions to that is a feather blade. I feel a feather blade gets a little bit smoother, isn't as rough on the second and third use, but I never use it past 3. Shaving is me time. It's luxury time for me. So it is worth the money for me to toss that blade after every use and slip a new blade in to know that I'm going to get the same results that I had the day before with that brand new blade. And it's just part of the experience that I personally enjoy. Can I get more shaves out of them? Yeah, I can. But I just kind of choose not to, because I find inconsistencies with the performance of the DE blade with each additional use. But by no means does that mean that DE blades are a one and done. It's just what I choose. It's just the part that I pick up 100 pack of blades, I know I have 100 shaves. So anyway, that is kind of my feeling regarding DE blades. All right, pass 1 with the Defender razor. Another thing, when I was testing this out, that I realized was my first couple of shaves, I was shaving with it like a DE razor. I was trying to let that razor do all of the work. And this is, as you can imagine, being a rubber and plastic handle, it's extremely light. And I was not very pleased with the results of that. So I had to kind of rethink what I used to do when I used to cartridge raise or shave. And I used to have to apply some pressure. And so once I started applying some pressure, I started getting some nice shaves from this razor. I mean, I will admit, it's extremely efficient. Now, whether that's just the way that the padding is in between the blades, the cartridge flexibility, or it having 3 blades, I don't know. But I will tell you that this razor is comfortable. It is efficient. And while I'm taking my time today because I'm jabbering away, I can nail out a shave really fast with this cartridge. So this is something that I would definitely use if I was in a rush. But what I found with the experience is that, again, I do this for the luxury of it. I do this for the me time of it. And using this cartridge, I wasn't enjoying the shave as much as I do with a DE. I mean, I'll use, for example, my Rockwell 6S. That razor for me is like butter. I love the entire experience of it. From the weight of the handle, to the glide of the bars, to the blade feel. It's awesome for me. And what I noticed with this was it just kind of went back to shaving. I mean, I still whipped up my lather. That was fun and enjoyable. But I just did not have the same overall experience as I do with a DE. Now, what I was very impressed with on this razor was how the cartridge does not clog. I mean, I shaved with this with 7 days worth of growth, pretty good stubble. It still did not clog. That's pretty impressive because the Gillettes and the head blades that I used before clogged up pretty easily. Now, go ahead, wet the head, get ready for pass 2. Well, got a loose hair, excuse me. Sorry about that. Now, I have been getting very comfortable shaves with this. No irritation, other than I did get a little bit of irritation on the bottom of my neck yesterday, but I think I was shaving and I even buffed a little bit with it, with no visible lather from either one of my passes. So that was my bad. That wasn't the razor's bad. This lather is just awesome. Another thing that I noticed was that same soaps, same performance levels, near same or same lathering technique, because I never get a lather exactly like the lather before. Maybe I left a little water out or added a little more water. But while I could feel the slickness with this razor, my residual slickness that would be phenomenal with a DE, that I could really feel that residual slickness, I wouldn't get the pleasure of feeling it with this razor. It would still perform. I could still go over areas that didn't have visible lather, but it just didn't have that same glide. So that was something else. Now, and I reached out to quite a few guys that use cartridge razors on their heads in the wet shaving community, and I asked them, what's your average use per cartridge? And I got a variety of answers, excuse me. And it varied anywhere from 6 to 17 uses per cartridge. And I thought to myself, man, if I can get 17 uses out of each cartridge, while I'm still paying more per cartridge than DE blades, that's something I can live with. But as I explained before, with my DE blades, I'm one and done. I want to keep a consistent shave every time I'm in my shave den. So I tested them out. And what I found was that I could get 3 comfortable, similar results shaves per cartridge. If I went to 4 or 5 uses, on that 4th and 5th use, I would start to get tugging that was not comfortable for me. It took away from my shaving experience. If I went to 6 or 7, I was having tugging and a little bit of irritation with my skin. So the maximum I was able to really comfortably get out was 5 shaves per cartridge. Now, if you're looking at dollars and cents and you're a DE shaver and you use your DE blade, let's say 3 to 6 times, then you are still getting a cost benefit by DE shaving. One of the other things that I really noticed was that while I got great results from this razor, I would just kind of space out, not pay attention, not really enjoy the shave. It just kind of turned into blah for me. And daily head shaving and now face shaving, the amount of time that I spend and the amount of money I spend, I want to enjoy the experience. So the real question is this razor changing my mind on cartridges? Yes, it has. It is a very smooth, efficient razor that I can do a head shave very quickly with. I think one day I got a head shave done in 5 minutes. Very fast. This is something that if I was a person that liked to do a cleanup pass or something in the shower, I could pick this up. But for me, wet shaving is so much more, and that's where this falls a little bit short. So I'm still a DE guy through and through. It's been fun using this razor. I will keep this razor in my den. I think I bought 12 extra cartridges. Those cartridges are going to last me a really long time because this is going to turn into my, oh boy, I really don't have time for a shave, but I need a shave. So I'll whip out the Defender and shave with that. Now, if you are, so I work with a lady, for example. A lot of people that I work with know that I have a YouTube channel and that I do traditional wet shaving. And a couple of them have teenage boys. And they have gotten them soaps or a brush and soap, things like that for a birthday gift or a Christmas gift or a reaching adolescence gift. But they don't feel comfortable enough because the child's father just cartridge shaves. So they're like, I don't know about going to the DE world. Well, this is the razor that if somebody was looking for a cartridge that I would recommend because it is smooth, it is very comfortable. I really like the rubberized handle, easy to grip. Go ahead and cold water rinse here. And it's very easy with just a couple of passes to get a nice BBS shave. So there are definitely some benefits to it. I found it worthwhile to keep in my den. But DE razors are still king. So I'm going to use a little bit of the Unscented Sago Aftershave Balm by Zingari Man. Excellent post-shave feel with the soap, and then you add this balm, and it is awesome. Heather from Zingari Man makes the best balms on the market, in my opinion. So to the viewer that recommended this razor, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And I've enjoyed the shaves. While not as well as DE, I've still enjoyed this process, and I'm enjoying this BBS right now, I can tell you that. So thank you. Guys, please keep the comments coming. I really do appreciate it. I love to read them. I love to respond to them. And hope you're all having great shaves out there. Remember, do something nice for somebody. It'll make you feel better. And on that note, have a wonderful rest of your weekend. This is Redbeard out. Take care.